Morning. What are we doing today, Doc? Today I'm going to install some, they call them pancake lights. You may refer to them as can lights. They're the real flat LED lights that go up on the ceiling. The electricians are here. They're going to finish wiring up the cabin, put some dimmers on those. I got to run around and do some chores after these big storms that came through. And after the storms last night, we had these incredible winds. I mean, it was bad. So I'm gonna run around, check the property. I got a couple branches down, not any big trees. What else? I'll put up during the storm. I had to clear out my drain tube over here. That was starting to flood. Is there anything else? I found a dead deer at the end of my driveway. There's just all kinds of stuff. I'll string it together, but I'll show you the can light thing. So here we go. So let me give you one other tip. What I've done today is I've gone through and I've taken pictures before my sheetrockers come. I've taken pictures of every wall on here, so I know where all my plumbing is, all my wiring is. I know where everything is before they cover this up. It's a real good idea, and take those pictures and email them to yourself and put a star on it, put save inside photos or something so that you always have them. So 2 years later, without having to take off sheetrock and whatever, you know where that stuff is. You can access. So the other thing I almost forgot to do, these pancake lights have an adjustment on them on a Kelvin scale. So 5,000 is really bright white and blue, and you go all the way down to 2,700, which is very, very yellow. So there's a little switch. See that right here? It shows blue versus red. I'm going all the way up to the furthest one and then one click down. So you got to do those because sometimes you won't be able to reach them. Once that sheetrock gets up, you may not be able to reach in and actually see that switch. So if you have these pancake lights and they're being installed, ask your installer to switch them to whatever you want. The majority of these lights should probably be somewhere in the middle to the warmer side. Can lights typically look better warmer unless it's a very contemporary setting. Then you want it bright white. So anyways, actually the sun poked out, but we still have high winds, and now my electrician texted me and they want to come tomorrow to put the can lights in. So the only problem is that I haven't cut the holes. I get to use a new toy. Normally I like to sort of try and teach you guys through my life experiences, but we're going to learn firsthand because I have never used one of these hole cutters. So we're gonna figure this crap out. Let's go cut some holes. So one of the things I warned you about when you have a sheetrock project done is you want to take pictures of every square inch of your interior before they hang the sheetrock, so you know where all the plumbing is. Let me give you an example. So as an example, I know where all the plumbing is, but at the same time, I can also look up and figure out where my can lights need to go because they're in certain spots. Here's the thing. So if you notice, I would have to figure that out based on where those beams are on the ceiling. So I got smart and what I did was I told Jesse, I said, because we're going to be hanging beams up here, these old timbers, I said, what I want you to do is I want you to punch a hole, a big hole with a Phillips head screwdriver. There's a hole right there. And that hole, there's one there, there's one there, one there. I had him punch holes wherever those beams are located. Why did I do that? Because we need to drill into those to hang these old timbers, but at the same time, I can refer back to these pictures and line up and know where these things are. The other thing I did was, I think I was being smart, but I measured from this line right there, that seam, I wanted them down as far as possible, and I wanted to see how far they would reach. And I came up with a number of 21 inches is the lowest I could go. So if I come back up about 23, 24 inches and drill, hopefully I should be good. So let me explain how this thing works. See that little tool there? Well, when you pull down this nut, when you turn this, the blades actually go out and in. So I'm down to 2 inches as I spin it, they're going to come out, and then it locks it in place. So what I need to do is I need to find basically the widest dimension on this underside and come in here and match that. These little clips here just stick up under the sheetrock and grab the sheetrock, but it's got to sit flat against this edge. So I got to figure that out. If you get that locked in, then this just drops into this and it keeps the sheetrock from blowing down on you. If you want to hook up a vacuum, you can hook up a vacuum. I'll probably just dump it in a bag, but I guess I should show you guys. So what I'm trying to do is just make sure that I'm going from this side to this side here. And that's good. Well, it seemed like a great idea to stack all my trim boards here, but now I gotta move them. Plan B that I got. And I took it from about here, and I know that beam is right there, and that beam, it's right over there. So it's right over the center of that sink, and I gotta come up. I gotta come up 23 inches from there and drill like this. Center of the sink, right there. I can't see it now. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. Here we go. I ain't never done this before, so. Look at that. Oh, don't jump for joy yet, Doc. You ain't all that. When I get all that dust and debris and sheetrock, I'm just dumping it into a bucket. But let's go look at that hole. Isn't that pretty? And somewhere around here, there's wires over there. There's wires over here. So. Look at that. That's slick right there. There's my can light. There's my pancake light, as we call it. Dude, you don't know how nervous I was. After all this shoot I've been through, getting all this place done, sheetrock, painted, and I'm like, dude, if I screw these holes up. All right, so, she looks pretty good. So I told them, I don't think they brought, I told them to bring some dimmer switches because I want to put these on dimmers. So now I gotta locate my other wires and drill my other holes. The only problem I've got is if I want to put this shower light on the center of the shower up here. Unfortunately, the center is on a 2x4, which shouldn't be too big of a problem. But they're going to have to get a coat hanger or something and grab that wire and pull it out. I'm pretty sure I can cut down to the 2x4, but that's why I don't have it on a full lockdown on the drill. In case I hit a wire or in case I hit a 2x4 up here, I don't want it to damage that cutting tool there. All right, I'm telling you, man. Thank God for those pictures. Skip a beam. On this beam, I skip a beam and I come over to this one. And so that light is on this hole over here. It's like anything in life, dude. When you try something you've never done before and you're really afraid you're going to screw it up, it's very satisfying when it works out right. Knock on wood. So much for resting. Dude, the sun's out after all this storm. All right, so all the can lights are in on this side. I've got 1, 2, 3 can lights over here. I just wanted to make sure I had one over the sink. There's going to be a chandelier here for the little dining area. There's going to be a ceiling fan here that's sitting over there, black with a light. It's come down not too far. And then I put 2 lights over here. This is the one that really was worrying me because I wanted it centered on the shower, but here's the problem. The problem being that there's a beam right there. So it worked out okay, and you can see the wire. I just want to make sure I didn't hit that wire, so we're good there. So we can still, I'll take that Phillips screw out that was holding the sheetrock on, and we should be good to go. Oh, all right, first time outside. The winds have settled down a bit. I used to like storms. Now that I have 30,000 trees, I don't like them anymore. So in my preparedness video, I need to write a checklist down, because one thing I forget to do is I forget to clear this drain pipe that goes under my driveway. So somewhere in here I gotta get down in there and open that up somehow. Side here. Yep. That opened it up. There we go. Now this doesn't go in my pond. This actually bypasses my pond. Jointly feeds into a creek, and then there's a good sized lake that this flows into. Today my electricians are coming over, and I need, yesterday I went out and cut holes in the sheetrock for the new lights, because I have to do that and finish up. We had horrible winds last night. It was bad. We had the big storm come in, and last night we had big winds, and now I'm out checking. I got branches down, I got deer feeders over, and I think I got a dead deer at the end of my driveway because people don't want to slow down and read the signs. Yeah. That poor thing. One of my young ones. I'll have to move her. Man, you can tell this place got some heavy water in here, but that limb was stuck up there from the last storm, and it finally fell, so my trail is kind of blocked. I guess I need to get a chainsaw. But I'm just going to drive around it for now, and I'm going to get some feed corn down in there, and then I'll come back. Man, that's a big limb. I don't know why I'm putting this on video, but this is the redneck skyscraper. These legs are 16 feet tall. But what we did was, if you'll notice, I came down here and I drilled a hole through the legs, and I pounded 24 inches of rebar through each leg. So, it's just a little tip for you. If you ever build yourself a redneck skyscraper and you got a real windy area. Oh man, that tree's actually bending that roof. I gotta cut that tree, man. Whew. So this is the upper field. This is where all these bucks come in, and they come in from over across the street. They come in from over here. They come in from deep down in the woods over here. They come over to my little feed station over here, and then they come in and they just gorge on these fields. It's pretty cool. But the house is way down there. The barn is down there. So it's cold and windy out here still. I hope there's enough gas in this thing. There's a limb over the electric wire on the cow field. I need to go cut that off. I don't want to do is step on the electric wire. Why don't you tell people how you screwed this all up?
Oh, I screwed it up. Oh,
so here's the thing. In my video, I'm talking about taking pictures, making sure that you get it right. And guess what? I got the right beam, but the light is on, the wire was running to the other side of the beam. So I'm on the right beam, but the wire's coming this way. It's not going that way. So I was like, you got to be kidding me. So it was like either patch that hole, or fortunately enough, someone had an arm small enough and he had an extra light to actually put a light there. So even though I was trying to be as careful as possible, Doc still screwed it up. Dude, thank goodness you had one of those lights. So actually what he did was he actually took this light out, which is a little bit different, on his truck, and replaced that and moved it over here. So what turned into a seamless operation turned into a little bit of a cluster frig. But my electricians are the best, so I don't have to worry about it. Can we turn the lights on or no?
Yep.
Yeah, just a second.
he's got his hand in the box. Yeah, sure, turn them on. And look at that, we got lights. Isn't that nice? Turn them all the way up for a minute. So that's on full, and then we got dimmers. The ceiling fan is up. I haven't decided if I want the black blades or the brown blades. I'm not really sure. The other side is brown. I'm kind of thinking I might leave them black like that. And then this is that little wrought iron chandelier that I found. That's actually really cool. I'm gonna take it, swing it over here. It'll be over here, but man, don't they look great? That just, that's gonna look so cool. And then in here in the bathroom,
Yeah, it had a couple covers.
I've got a separate switch here. I'm not sure if I'm sold on that light fixture, but for now we'll leave it. I got to get a mirror here, but look at this. Isn't this cool? So I came up with an idea that my wife's not sold on. And what I'm thinking about doing, I'm going to trim this out with 1x4 wood. And I'm thinking about trying to find an antique door that's like glass, you know, frames, like a 14 frame, what do you call it? Like that window over there, but all glass. Wouldn't it be cool to have an antique door that you actually open the antique door and go in, and that's the shower? My wife's like giving me a face like that, but I'm like, dude, that'd be so cool. Actually have a door here, even if you wanted to frost the glass a little bit. Man, that'd be so cool, but man, one step closer. Okay, so that ends this episode of Doc Tries Something, thinks he gets it right and then screws it up, but someone else fixes it. Talk to you later, Doc.